we podcasting?
Yes, let's get into it.
We're kind of going to start in the middle because
start hot.
You smart young millennials, Gen Zers, what the girls do now when they go through a breakup is they travel. They travel.
That right?
They go, yes. One of my friends has a daughter. I think she's 26.
They don't stalk the person? What kind of garbage is that? That's the only thing I knew how to do.
She breaks up with her boyfriend. They've been together for a long time.
How old is this person you're talking about?
26, 27, I think. Okay.
Oh, man.
They break up. Her girlfriends are like, all right, girl, we're going to Greece.
Stop.
No, so they go on this like.
Did they work at Applebee's? Because that's kind of where I was at 20. Are these professionals?
These girls, here's what we did back in the day is you broke up with your boyfriend. He breaks up with you. What you do is you take out the trash and you fuck somebody gross. You're like, you like really downgrade. You just for a while.
You try to like, you guys, without social media,
it's harder.
Your social media, you would try to show up to where they were going to be and look super hot so they were bummed that you weren't with them.
And then they wouldn't be there.
Any dirtbag
would give you attention. And you'd be like, well, he's going to real estate school. I think this guy could be.
He hasn't even started real estate school. And you're like, just look like her.
The week later, you're like, I regret
Or I'd drive by.
everything.
I'd be like, well, I have to drive by his house 18 times in the next 30 minutes. That's reasonable.
So you young ones, you travel. It is a better way. We got this message, and I feel like it's a mom box, but that's really fun. A fun way to start this episode, Kristin. Which, tell them all the stuff. Tell them like where they can rate, review, subscribe, do all this stuff.
You can find us on anywhere you listen to podcasts. I don't know how you're listening to this without knowing that.
Well, you can rate, review, and subscribe once you're there.
Keeps this party going. You can find us anywhere that you are
Follow
on socials.
Us on the
TikTok,
socials.
whatever that crap is, Threads. Follow us. You know, we've got a couple shows. It's really fun. We're going to do a show in Lawrence, Kansas.
September 13th at the Lead Center.
Which is going to be really fun. And then we're doing some club shows, which I really like them. They're such different beasts. You're so gritty and you're so close to everybody, and they're smaller and they're listed on our website, and they will sell out really fast because it's not a theater space. They're smaller, but we have a ball. We've had a blast. We should also tell you that while we podcast, we have these two lovely young women that sit in here with us, and you'll hear them giggling every now and then, which is delightful. Who are also very intelligent and capable and running the show and are producers and are awesome.
If you follow us, then you can DM us. And we got this really great message. Okay, so Kate M messaged us. I adore you two. No kids, but hopeful for the future. Aww. I feel fully prepared, though. You guys are like the guide to how to be a cool mom. What? Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm into it. I'd love it if you guys did a video about what you used to do super hard before you mommed super hard. Throw a childless lady a bone.
Oh, man. Speaking of bone.
So there was a little insight into what we didn't make good decisions.
Not at all.
You younger ladies, honestly, have it together.
I don't know. I'm gonna say something.
What?
I'm going to say something.
Okay.
I think some mistakes need to be made.
Oh, you're encouraging this.
I think there's a lot of our ladies that are in the room. They're smart and ambitious and cool and together. And I know that this younger generation is definitely in that space. But I'm like, you got to get really drunk and like
make mistakes.
That's easier to explain it if you're hammered.
That's what we did super hard. We partied a lot and made mistakes
we're Gen Xers,
very hard.
So there was a lot of like sleep. Who needs that? Like, what's wellness? I don't think I ever heard what wellness was.
We didn't drink water. There was no going to the gym.
If I went to the gym, it was to be hot. It was never because I was like, you know what? In my later years, I'm going to be happy to have this bone density.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to get slim and trim so my ex-boyfriend can see me in a bikini and fucking rue the day that he did not pay attention to me.
Here's what these younger, intelligent people are doing. There's all these studies now. They have less random sex with people.
I don't know that I think that's good.
Please tell me every single...
Put the snow tires on, you know what I mean?
They're not all winners. Can I ask, how old are you guys?
Do you care to...
Under 30.
Oh my God. Okay,
God,
first of all,
such a
they're
perfect
groaning
age.
as they talk about being in their 30s.
It's like Jesus was 33.
And
it's
they
kind of
look like they're 20.
I know.
My advice to you, young 30s, enjoy your body.
What are you doing with your hands right now? You're doing a millennial thing with your hands.
No, I'm going up because I want to talk with my hands.
Okay,
but I can't.
All right. She wants you to listen to this. Young people listening, if there are any.
In your 30s, if you are not in a committed relationship, I'm telling you,
you should travel and go get some Grecian dick. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, shit.
Or Grecian,
Jesus Christ.
whatever you're into.
All I'm saying is in your 30s as a woman, you kind of have your own self figured out a little bit. You know what you like. You know how it works. I'm obviously not just talking about sex. Maybe you're like, I don't like cilantro. I don't want cilantro. Or maybe you're like, I don't like it like that. I like it like this. You're a little bit more assertive.
Right.
I think the world is your oyster in your 30s, man. I think like,
it
do
is.
the travel.
It's the perfect age.
Do the thing. Be brave. Have adventures. Because like the world is there to tell you, well, you're supposed to be doing this at this time. And you're supposed to be doing that at that time. I say travel. Have love affairs. Eat, pray, love, baby. That's what I say.
I mean, what would you do differently? Because part of me is like, the person I am now, like if I were dating right now and I was on a date and I found a guy attractive, I'd be like, I need a scorecard here. You need to tell me like, what's your success rate when it comes to the female orgasm, right?
Oh yeah. Here's what I would have done. I would have told my young self that there is a world where you can have a relationship and that person is going to add to your life, not expect you to bend to be like them. I think what I had been seeing from my friends is that every time they got a boyfriend, they changed. I didn't see the guy changing. And so in my head, I translated that like, if you have a boyfriend, they're going to take you off of your direction. They're going to stomp your ambition. They're not going to like that you have your own creativity, that you have your own drive. And I don't think I was wrong. I think I felt very competitive. Like I just wanted to I could not wait to get out of Nebraska and move to LA. I was like so excited and thrilled to be like going to where they make the movies. Like that was literally all I wanted. But I think that LA's really fun and there were a lot of parties and I think I partied a little too long.
This is what I would love to tell my younger self. And while there's younger people here, you can ignore me and roll your eyes because I am so used to it because
we have kids,
tweens. And even if I say something super relevant, you know, like
they don't care.
Yeah. Like point out a scientific fact like gravity. They're like, I doubt it, Mom.
Don't care.
It's
like gravity sounds like you made it up right there. Sure. Is that even a word?
Yeah. I'm used to that. But I would tell myself because I had a birthday last week. I was thinking about it. When I go to make a birthday wish, the only thing I pray for is the health of my family because I have gotten everything I wished for. I've
got a few things. I haven't.
I really have. And there was no way 15, 20 years ago that I would have believed in any way that were true.
Can you cut me a break with your bullshit right now?
What do you mean?
You are telling me right now that you have everything you would ever want right now. You are being ridiculous. How dare you? Like we don't have Chanel bags.
Oh.
We don't have...
Hold up. I didn't know we were talking about that kind of stuff. If we're talking about
Jen's like, if I never got anything ever again, I'd be happy. And I'm like, I wouldn't. There's shit I want on the list. I want a giant fucking diamond.
I didn't know we were going that shallow.
I want a fucking necklace. I want an eternity necklace with diamonds on it.
All of that stuff. But do I feel like that's going to make or break my happiness?
Yes.
No. Wow. I mean, aside from like things that you can buy, I had all my stuff. That was the stuff I worried about.
Yeah.
I was never really worried about like, am I going to like make money, have the house I want? I was like, am I going to have the life I want? Like, am I going to have the family I want, the friends that I want, the partner that I want and stuff like that? I have gotten it all.
I do think us growing up at the time when we did, especially because just to have a social life, you had to hustle. Like, there was no like getting on and seeing where people are. If they're here, drop a pin. We're gonna go to this bar. If you didn't know where it was, you had to look it up on a fucking map. But I think there's something about that engages your brain in a different way. And so connectivity was a little bit easier for us. I feel like we just had to go into the
person.
Yes. I think we had to go into the world more. It was forced upon you. Younger people today, I think it's easier to sort of like get in on your laptop or your phone and sort of think you're experiencing life when in fact you are not experiencing life. And so to me, I feel like the getting out in there is so important. That's why I love to hear that girls are traveling. I think that's so formative.
Yeah.
It's so, by the way, anybody that travels, comes back and they're fucking hot. You know what I mean? Like you've got this, like, you don't give a shit. I've just seen the ocean on the other side of the planet. Like it's fucking cool. When people have traveled, they're fucking cool.
This would be my counterpoint. You saying that connectivity was easier. Like when we were like dating and trying to like meet dudes and stuff.
No, I didn't say that. Here's the thing. Everybody would go out into the wild, right?
Yeah.
Like it was a known thing. If you wanted to meet a girl or meet a dude, you would go to a bar. That was just a place that you went. So it was popping with people looking for, you know, their mate, right?
Yeah.
Now it's dating apps. And I would just like you to know, I would have had brunch, lunch, dinner covered. I would have been like, let's go. I'm so lucky.
I think it was harder, and every generation is going to say, oh, we had it harder. So young people listening, there used to be this thing that was attached to the wall in your house, and it was your only communication device, and it was called a telephone. So if you called your friend Kristin to see if she wanted to go out to the bar to meet dudes or more just friends, whatever, if she was getting her mail and missed that phone call, there's no night happening for you, okay?
If you don't call back, if you think she's not, like...
If she didn't invest in an answering machine, she probably didn't, because she's spending a lot of money at the bar. She didn't have that kind of cash, the $14, whatever it is. And if you missed your friends, you couldn't hook up with them at a bar. Like
I know you didn't know how, or you just took a shot on like, well, maybe they're at the, you know, at Roxy's or something, I'll stop in.
Your only gauge for where you were at life was very like insulary.
It was.
So I lived in Nebraska in my early 20s, and all of my friends were like married and having kids. That would have been
really hard.
So it was really hard. Like now with social media, you can see somebody who is just like you across the world, across the country, living a very happy life, traveling with friends and stuff. I never saw that. I never heard about it. There was Sex in the City. So there was this idea maybe that you could like have that life and be happy, but it wasn't normalized at all. It was like, oh, that's for super wealthy people who live in another place.
Definitely. I definitely felt like if I would have been living in Nebraska after I graduated from college and didn't move out to LA, I would have felt enormous pressure to conform. For the love of God, I just got back from Nebraska and I told Jen, I went to Old Chicago and I saw a couple and they had 2 children. And I was like, oh, how can you high schoolers afford this place?
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, I'll bet you're 25. Like you're 25. You got married at 21. You have 2 kids. Good God, you're young.
Yeah.
You know, and God love you. If that's the road you took, then when you're 45 and you're an empty nester, you got a lot of good years.
Sure.
It's whatever.
And hopefully you still like your spouse.
Yeah. But I knew I did not fit into that. But I can imagine that was very hard for you because if you are 25, 26 and you're single in a place where everybody partners up, that would suck.
It does. It made me feel bad about myself. This is just me. I might be a late bloomer. I'm a little slow on the uptake. I don't think I was who I was going to be until I was 30. And I think anybody that I like met before then, it wouldn't have matched up that well anyways.
Yeah, I was
like
I think it's fair to assume I was fairly immature in my 20s. I didn't care about anything.
No, I know. Like, I think that's normal.
I cared if I'm attracted to you and we're playing sand volleyball and we have too many beers and we end up making out. That's a great story to tell. Like to me, that's like a win. That's a fun. And then I had such fun girlfriends and we spent all of our time together. And it was like just this posse of people going out and it was like we owned the place. It was so fun, but it was also 100% me drinking a lot and having way too much fun. And then being told, you need to get your shit together because you're not getting any younger. Actually, honestly, I was in a relationship and I remember thinking, this relationship I'm in right now is absolutely wrong for me. And I know it. And then I stayed 2 more years.
Oh, God, yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I could never imagine myself marrying the person. Like, I felt like I was on my outside looking into myself going, Kristin, you're just playing a part right now. Like, this isn't how you really feel.
That's very introspective.
Well, it felt weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't feel clicked in. I felt like I was being told what to do a little bit and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And it felt like my life was mapped out for me. And I was like, hold on. Like, I love the magic and the unexpected parts of life. Don't tell me what my next 30 years are going to look like. Don't try to change me to fit your idea of what I should be. But it took me a really long time to get the courage to leave. And then when I did, I was shocked at how devastated I was in that breakup. And when you're in your 30s and you experience a breakup, it's fucking big. You're in a different space. In your 20s, it feels like you can sort of roll with the punches because you don't have the depth yet.
Yeah.
In your 30s, you're looking for something different. And I knew it. It took me so long to heal. I've never been this person. I fucking worked on myself. I took like 5 different classes.
Great.
I cried all the time.
That's what you're supposed to do.
6 months. I was in so much pain.
Supposed to be.
I just made me look at people differently that had experienced breakups, that I was sort of like, just get over it. Let's go fun. Let's get drinks. They're always sort of in this haze. And the only thing that gets you through it is time.
Yeah.
And then I realized once the haze started to lift, I was like, not only am I okay, I'm actually better. I've been playing a different me, and now I get to just be me. I'm going to join a softball team. I'm going to take a dance class. I'm going to buy my car that I've always wanted. I'm going to feel flirty and cool and in my 30s.
And then this hot guy who is just going to see me being me and fall in love with me. And that's what happened.
Right before I met Colin, I was like, Kristin, get in the modern era, like join the dating apps. They had just started to become a thing. It wasn't apps. You had to literally go to a website. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I remember getting on there and the website Match.com made you answer 1,000 questions. If you were going to do it right, I was like, I'm going to give it a go. And I thought that was so helpful because I could answer it any way I wanted. Nobody was there to judge me about what I thought I wanted in my life. And I was like, this makes me feel like I've got some power here. My intention, clarity.
Yeah.
And I've got a little maturity.
Yeah.
So I went on like 3 online dates. I went on one where I thought, you don't look like your picture. And you're
this is why people don't want to do this.
This is why people don't want to do this. I don't like your shirt. Your pants are dumb. And I think your personality is bad. I'm going to have one drink and then I'm going to go home. I don't owe you anything. Sayonara.
Great.
Second one, I went out with him and I was like, you're a nice person. We're just not meant to be together.
Yeah.
But I was like,
you were like, I have a friend I'm going to set you up with.
Exactly what I said. I just knew there was no chemistry there, but he was super nice. So it wasn't a terrible loss.
Yeah.
And then my third one, I went out and I was like, hey, I like this guy. I had gone on one date with him. He worked in the industry. He was really interesting. I very much clicked with him. So his issue was he would work out of town for 2 and 3 months at a time.
The industry she's talking about is the entertainment industry. So he was
the adult male entertainment. Just kidding.
You wish.
Ew, God, no.
No.
We went on a date and I was like, okay, it just gave me a little pep in my step. I was like, I love the magic romance. Maybe this is a thing. And then a week later, I met Colin and I was
smitten.
But I kind of had this other thing in my head, you know?
Yeah.
So when I went in to meet him, I had confidence. And so when I met him, I was like, oh, hello, sir, with your tool belt on, putting lights in your theater space. I was like, I need to fucking put on mint in my mouth and put on some lipstick real quick.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't paying enough attention to me, so that was annoying. And I was like, it's on,
time
dude.
to put my peacock feathers up.
Yeah, you don't even know what you're dealing with now. I'm going to full court press you so hard, you're not even going to know what game is coming your way. And that's what I did. Then I so quickly fell in love with Colin, way before he fell in love with me. So much so that I could feel that like Colin and I were going to be a thing, that when this other guy got back into town, I had to say, I met someone and I felt terrible because I was like, it's just his circumstances that were, and he was so cool. And I was like, did that bullshit thing where I was like, I hope we can be friends. And he goes, you know what? I have enough friends. That's not what I'm looking for, but I wish you the best. I know it's terrible out there. I hear my single girlfriends talk about that it's trash. And I believe there is a lot of like muddiness and people on their fucking phones and the apps and the bullshit. But I do believe in the romance and the love and the like. And I love when you go to a place and you unexpectedly see someone that you're attracted to. That was what I lived for in my 20s. That's why I wore inappropriate tops.
What I'm hearing is you went through a breakup and what you did was you dealt with the feelings
Jen.
of that.
You're ruining it.
You cry, you listen to the sad songs, you watch the sad movies, you mourned the death of that relationship. So when you came out of that funk, you were ready to meet Colin Sweeney.
And then we just banged all the
time. And now you have 2 children. And so dating's hard, and it is designed to break your heart and fuck you up and
really
make you
is.
insecure.
the insecurity of it all. I've never been ghosted. Well, I mean, my husband has ghosted me, but we're legally bound. So when I see him, I'm like, what the fuck, man?
You try to get away from me, man? Yep. I need you to sign this
But
POA.
That would make me feel, I've heard stories of girls going on dates and then thinking it's going well and then fucking not hearing from. I think I would like, knock, yo.
No, that is the dating equivalent of leaving a shitty note on your car, like under your windshield wiper.
Who did that?
Because I mean, like somebody's like, "Hey, sorry, dented your car," or "Hey, you parked like a dick," and then you don't get to have the last word. That is what ghosting is. That would make me crazy. I'd be like, I'm an online sleuth this person.
100%. Because it would make you feel so insecure about yourself.
Yes.
And then you'd
be like, "Hey, man, you're not a 10 and I'm a 2. That's
you're
not
a 2 and I'm a 10,
Thank you.
fucker.
Thank you."
And now I'm going to have to show up to your workplace and show you I'm not crazy.
But I will say, and this is annoying, by the time that I met Britt and I was no spring chicken, neither was he, I had been through terrible breakups. I had been divorced.
Yeah, you knew the shit. And you'd done the work. You were doing therapy and all that stuff.
I did all this stuff and I was my best self. I didn't want to meet anybody because I was busy and I was like kind of living my life.
Yeah.
I could have had a lot of hookups and been happy. And then this real nerdy guy walked into my life and
He's not that nerdy. At the time, he was not that nerdy.
Well, you're saying he is now. It's really going to hurt his feelings.
No, it's not.
Kristin.
I mean it from love. Are you kidding? It was bright green tennis shoes.
Yeah, I did. I bought those. He thinks he bought them, but I bought those for him.
You're describing your husband as nerdy. He is not nerdy.
No, he's not nerdy.
He's not nerdy.
But at the time and place that I met him, I was like, "You've got really dumb sunglasses on from Costco. Yeah, you're gonna tell me you've got a yacht and take me on it. Otherwise, I'm not going to talk to you anymore." But he was just so charming and cute. But it was just the worlds of two people being at their best selves at the right time and then meeting each other. I
think that's a tough world to be in. I remember feeling like this, being like, okay, I'm of this age and now I want to admit that I want this thing. But if I want to be married or I want to have a family, does that automatically put me out there in a way that makes me seem like I'm putting that first, which I find to be utter bullshit, because I think it should be fine for a woman to say, "Hey man, I'm in my 30s. I want to meet a guy. I want to create a family. That's important to me." I don't think you should ever have to apologize for that. I think when it gets icky is when maybe a woman is like, "You need to make $500,000 a year.
Yeah.
I want you to have 2 cars. You need to own a home."
Yeah.
Then it becomes very materialistic. And as I've shown you with my aforementioned, I'm happy in my life as long as I get Chanel and dripping in diamonds.
Yeah.
That is not important to me. But really, I think if you are someone that wants those things, you have to be clear and direct about what you want. And if your gut says it ain't him, move the fuck on.
Yeah, you got to be willing to ask those really potentially gut-wrenching questions, which the long relationship that I had before I met Britt, I remember sitting down with my boyfriend and going, "I feel like you think I'm okay." But I always...
That's a hard place to be. An 83% relationship is a tough...
I think you think I'm just fine. But I always thought I'd be with somebody who thought I was great. And he goes, "You're right." And I was like,
that's
ouch.
A really mature thing to say. I would have said it exactly the opposite. I would have literally said, "I thought I would think you were great."
It was, it was the question that I felt, but I was too scared to ask the answer.
It's hard.
We could have coasted at 83% for a really long time.
Yeah.
But I was starting to feel like, I think I want more. I think I want to be married. For me, it wasn't so much like, I want to have this happen tomorrow. I wanted to be younger. I wanted to have a genie come out and give me age 28 again so I could party for a long time more.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that. So I had to ask those questions that fucking are gut-wrenching and you hate them. And the only way to survive them is to listen to the sad songs, watch the sad movies, and go to Greece for some new dick.
Yeah, go, or just
or not even dick. Just go with your friends and take really cute Instagram pictures and try new foods.
And then hopefully the new dick sees you and they're
enjoying that shit. And they're fall in love with you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was in my 20s. And I was going to a gym and I was going to spin class. And there was the hottest guy I've ever seen. And he was not Irish. He was from Ireland,
Ooh.
Irish.
Automatically
the
hot.
accent. And I walked into my first spin class. I bought the shoes just because this guy was in there. I heard him like at the water fountain when I was like looming, like trying to, and I heard him with his accent. I was like, okay, what's this thing called spin? I got to have the shoes. Okay, I'm going to get the shoes. So I went into the class. This is when spinning was not like jump around your seat. It was like cyclists, right?
Yeah.
And he was training for something that made him super hot. He was in the class. I went to the...
You threw up on your bike?
Nope.
Oh.
I went to the front desk and I was like, where's the Irish guy? And then I
sorry, I don't know what you're... He's in there.
He's in there. He's got an accent. God damn it. I know you know. And so then the gay guy behind the counter was like, he's number 4. I was like, okay, put me on number 5. So I would put myself in a spin class. Okay, I don't want to be embarrassed and I don't want to look like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I have never been in better shape in my life. I would go to these fucking classes because he was in there and he would do 2 in a row. So I would do 2 in a row. Meanwhile, I'm literally fucking putting out my best fucking game.
I am going to say everything in life included. Nothing keeps your ADD attention like a hot dude.
Fucking hell. My 20s, man. I was like a little horny toad. So seriously, my husband pisses me off more than anyone I know. But I find him so attractive that I stay the course, okay? That's what it is. At the end of the day, like he's being a complete dick, and I'm like, I'd still bang you right now. Yeah, like you're gonna piss me off, but I'm gonna put out in about 14 seconds. So in these spin classes, and I'm like, if this guy does not figure out what's going on, and Jen, I'm talking many spin classes. I'm talking enough that people notice my body changing. They're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, we go on a date. It's so like formal. And he's training as an athlete. He works in tech. He's very type A.
Oh, he's not for you.
And we're having rice and meat with no sauce and green shit. And he's like, it's fairly important for me to keep my body conditioned. And
top of the morning for you.
The way he said it was like, and the person I'm with is going to have to keep this up too. And I think in a minute, I was like, I can't keep this up, man. Yeah. I'm going to break an ankle trying to keep up with spin class.
Yeah.
I've already been dating you for 3 months and I'm never looked better and I'm miserable. So I'm going to quit you. He's like, I think we're very different.
The lie I've been trying to keep up is
the lie I've been trying
crumbling.
To keep up. It was after 2 of our spin classes, got ready at the gym. I'm dying. He ordered food and it was like not even food. It was like all like in the diet space. And then he like slid over a piece of chocolate to me. And it was 1 piece of chocolate. I was like, I was eating it so fast. I go, this isn't going to work. But he was cool because he was like, we're really different. I don't think this is going to work. And I said, you're right. Yeah. And that was the most mature thing he'd ever said. And I was like, do you want to give it one more go? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't. Yeah. I left there and I was
You're
like,
right. After this,
I just had a perfectly healthy experience with this guy.
Yeah.
I should have no more of those and go right to unhealthy.
Because you were like, our incompatibility is not a reflection on either of our value or worth or interestingness.
I felt a little bad that he said it first.
God, not
well,
me.
You don't even understand what I've put into these classes. I cold turkeyed this fucking spin class and I do 2 in a row. I'll fucking win if we're against each other.
I wouldn't do a spin class for all the Chanel bags, all the diamonds.
You said one time, I'm not going to do a spin class unless I'm holding you at, what'd you say? Unless you got an 8-ball and a gun. Like,
there's no way.
There's no way. But I do think those dating experiences are really healthy and really good. I think that's what I would want without it being like you go too far, where like there was definitely a year where I was like really lost and I made bad decisions.
We all do it.
And guess what? I learned a lot. And then I found myself in a long-term relationship that I'm still in.
You want to do a fit check though?
Yes, I'm going to do a fit check.
First of all, tell what's going on with your shirt, because I think the segue for this fit check is as you're going through those hard like dating times, you have to have your good girlfriends that you're
100%.
going to go to Greece with, that you're going to go on vacation with, that are going to like help you feel better.
Also not talk it to death and just have some fucking fun, you know, like get a drink, go dance, Go be at the beach. Go, like, you can have all those feelings and stuff. They're going to kind of follow you, but you got to, like, put one foot in front of the other and start living too, you know? I don't like to talk about feelings too much. I'd much rather, anyway.
Talk about your shirt. Okay, so Kristin and I
what's it say?
Did a video one time about how
I'm a better friend.
If you're stuck on like a dinghy out in the ocean and you're going to be stuck there for a couple weeks.
And you're dying of dehydration.
You have to
One of you is dying of dehydration.
You have to drink your own urine to stay alive. Like, it's that bad. You're trying to catch rainwater, you know.
You're doing it wrong.
Okay.
If you're in a dinghy and you're in the ocean and you only have a bottle of water and your friend, so this example would be Jen, is starting to go out from dehydration, you are not going to save her life by making her drink water. You're going to save her life by putting it in her butt, by putting the water.
Because it gets absorbed.
It gets absorbed
faster and more efficiently.
You have to figure out a funneling system to put it in the butt so that it gets to your organs right away. And what I'm saying is, as your very good friend, we've gone through this. I will absolutely put it in your butt because I know that I'm going to save your life.
As a very good friend, you should, like, 2 days before we get to the butt point, make me drink the bottle of water. It is crazy to me. There's a bottle of water on the dinghy and you won't let me have it. Because I'm parched, Kristin. I'm sunburnt. I am thirsty. My tongue is swollen from thirst.
Earlier, I'm talking about saving you in the moment. What if we're totally both seemingly fine?
This is what I don't get. Here's what I don't get. Here, see if you guys can understand me. You lady producer, smart, intelligent women. Okay, so why just a few hours in would you go, well, we got one bottle of water. Let me put it in your butt.
No, you're not. That's what I'm doing.
You're assuming we're going to jump right to, Kristin, because otherwise we've reserved this bottle of water.
Okay, I see your point. But what I'm saying...
That is the first time in 6 years.
What I'm saying, no, I don't take it back.
There's one bottle of water on the dinghy.
We got one bottle of water.
Okay,
we're going to keep it. I thought maybe we would be systems operational together. But you have since fallen over and you are dehydrated. I'm going to sacrifice that water.
But I think one of us would have gone, Kristin, we've been on this dinghy a day. Nobody's coming. We have one bottle of water. Me drink half and you drink half.
How do you know?
And then I'll drink my urine.
What if we drink that and then you fall over and I don't have anything to put in your butt? Then you're just dead.
But then we
die together.
We died anyways and nobody had to do the butt stuff.
The butt stuff's the most fun.
I just feel like she's trying to get me on a dinghy so she can put things in my butt because none of this makes sense to me.
I'll be like 30 minutes in. Okay, Jen. We're on a yacht.
I know. We're on a yacht. Kristin, like, I can see there's a boat coming towards us.
Well, Jen,
she's like,
roll over.
By my calculations.
What if that happens and I save your life? What if this amazing story that never thought it would hit the light of day, 2 women on a boat and one saves the other friend.
Yeah.
But she predicted it on a podcast.
You know how she did it was
she
had a box of Arrowhead water that she just was sandbagging for days. She waited for her friend to be near death. And then
prove her point.
When her friend couldn't fight for herself, she took her pants off and put
That makes me sound like such a perv. What I'm trying to sound like.
What part of this doesn't make you sound like a perv? I know you think you're a hero.
How generous I am because
anyways.
I'm willing to do an uncomfortable thing to save your life. Okay,
I'm just saying, if you see me and I look, out of the dinghy. Like, say my skin, I look a little dry. I want you to say, drink some water, Jen. So dinghy or not, like just.
So I share the water with you.
Both of us with our mouths drink half the water.
Give each other the water in our butts. So that we
so we're even Stevens. This is a conversation that philosophers have fought over for so long, and because we've done it so much, a woman came to a show and made us the most comfortable shirts ever.
The most comfortable shirts. This is our fit check, which is Czechoslovakian. I wear a shirt as many times as I can that have been given to us by women, and this one wins the day.
It says,
which is a peach, which is emoji for butt, and then a water hose. And a water bottle.
Yeah.
And I think this is the
stay hydrated
formula for friendship.
And I wear that shirt very often.
Saying I would go the distance.
She's saying she would do it. And I'm saying I don't feel like you would have to. And that's what a good relationship is.
It's not the survival story I saw. They're both alive. And one had to have water put in his butt. And he lived to tell the tale. He wasn't like, Oh, wait. Put it in a water bottle. Nope. Pull it right in there.
I just have to say this, and we can let it go for another year or so. But Kristin, I just figure like the rescuers come up upon us. And I am just laying there with a water bottle sticking out of my butt.
First of all, they're like, get your consent.
No, I know. Okay, consent is important. But I just figured that the first thing they would ask is, why didn't they drink this days
Absolutely
ago?
Not. They'd go, you just saved her life. Because you've been in the sun too long. You fell over. I don't think it all through.
I think we just podcasted.
We just podcast.
Pioneer.